Hi YouTube, today I want to show you how you make a tassel like the ones behind me on the garland that I made yesterday. They're really easy to make and there's only a few things that you'll need. Some cardboard, and this will be as long as your tassel is, so if you want one that's really long, then get a really long piece of cardboard, and if you want a really short little one, then get one that's half the size. You'll need some sellotape, and that goes at the top here, and some scissors, and finally some wool or whatever material that you want to use. So to get started, you need to cut a piece of whatever you're using. I'm using wool to stick to the top of this, and just make sure it's a little bit longer because it will make it easier. That gets stuck there. You don't need any specialist sellotape. Normal sellotape is absolutely fine. And then you need to grab your wool or whatever you're using, and then you start wrapping that around the card, and make sure when you start it's at the bottom, because if it's at the top it will poke out, so hold it at the bottom. And then you just wrap around. All I would say is make sure you're not wrapping it too tight, because you've got to pull this wool off of this card. And just keep going round. Obviously the more you go round, the thicker the tassel will be. So if you want one that's quite sort of thin, then don't go around so much. These ones behind me are quite thick, and I actually went around 30 times. I did count. That's really sad, but I did count. Oh, I've got an escapee. But just keep going round until you feel that it's thick enough, or you get bored. And then on the last one you go round, make sure it finishes at the bottom, because again, if it finishes at the top, it'll poke out. So once it's finished at the bottom, then you just snip it off. And then what you want to do is you want to remove, in this case the wool, from the sticky tape. Okay, and then you want to tie this in a knot. I apologise in advance for my concentration face as I do this. That goes tight across there. Now if you are going to put this on a garland like this one, then don't do it too tight, because you'll have to put the wool or string or whatever you're using through the top. So do it tight to hold your tassel in place, your wool in place, but not too tight. I can't do a knot. So that's tied on the top there. Then what you want to do is just slide this off. And I think using quite thin cardboard is really good, because it means you can just pull it off quite easily. And then you want to pinch this at the top, hold it there, put your scissors through, and then you can cut it. Now you've got your knot at the top, and obviously you're not going to want to see that, so turn it inside out, so turn it over so the knot is on the underneath. So already you can see it's starting to look like a tassel, and then what you want to do is pinch it like that, and then get another piece of wool. This one's about 3-4 inches long, and then you just tie that around the top. And I'd say tie that quite tightly, because if that comes undone, then it's going to start to unfriddle itself. Is that the word? I don't know if that's a word, but anyway. So once you've put that around the top a few times, then you can just tie that in a double knot. And then any bits that are poking out, like this bit here, just snip that off. And that's it. If it's a bit uneven, you can trim it at the bottom with your scissors, but I actually like it when it looks a little bit homemade. And that's it. And then if you are making a garland, you've got your little loop at the top there, which was the bit that we had that was on top of the cardboard, and then you can just thread your string or your other bit of wool, whatever you're using to tie it up, and you'll have a garland. Cute, aren't they? Good luck. Any questions, please put them in the comments below, and thanks for watching. See ya.